Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into OpenAI's next big model. It's codenamed Spud, and the story behind how they're building it involves a pretty shocking decision. So let's set the scene. It's March 2026, and OpenAI does something that completely stuns the tech world. They just shut down Sora, their viral video generator. I mean, this thing was everywhere. So the immediate question on everyone's mind was why? Well, the official line was all about strategy. They said they needed to free up a truly immense amount of computing power for a new top-secret project, something they believe will do a lot more than just make cool videos. And that project is Spud. That's the internal code name anyway. This is their next flagship AI model, and it represents a massive pivot for the company, moving away from creative toys and zeroing in on pure economic productivity. So you gotta ask, why make such a drastic move? I mean, why kill a product that has so much buzz? Well, it really boils down to two things: cold hard cash and some seriously intense competition. Let's start with this number, because it is just staggering. $15 million. That was the estimated cost to run Sora for a single day. If you do the math, that's over $5 billion a year, just to keep one single product online. And don't just take my word for it. The head of the Sora team, Bill Peebles, he said it himself, flat out. The economics are completely unsustainable. You can see why when you realize the app's total revenue over its whole lifetime was just $1.4 million. Ouch.
And it wasn't just the money. OpenAI was really facing a perfect storm here. You've got the massive compute costs, a global shortage of the powerful GPUs they need, and you've got Google and Anthropic breathing down their necks. Plus, let's be honest, the reviews for GPT-5 were mixed. With a huge IPO plan for late 2026, they simply could not afford another miss. They had to focus all their firepower on a sure thing.
Okay, so Sora is off the table. All of OpenAI's attention, all their resources are now locked onto Spud. So let's separate what's real from what's just a rumor. Here's what the company has actually officially confirmed. This timeline really tells you a story of a company feeling the pressure. After those shaky reviews for GPT-5, they declared a code red. That's a pretty big deal. And then, just a few months later, boom, Sam Altman announces that the heavy lifting, the pre-training for Spud, is already done. They are moving incredibly fast. And just listen to how OpenAI is talking about Spud. You notice they're not talking about making arts or writing better emails. No, the phrase they keep using is to really accelerate the economy. They even dropped this little anecdote about a physicist using it to solve a problem in just 12 hours that was previously thought to be unsolvable. The message couldn't be clearer. Spud is a serious tool for serious work.
All right, that's what we know is true. Now let's get to the fun part, the unconfirmed leaks. And I gotta stress this, none of what you're about to see has been confirmed by OpenAI. This is all coming from the rumor mill.
Okay, so the biggest rumor, the one that everyone is talking about, is that Spud isn't just gonna be a better chatbot. It's supposedly the engine for a brand new unified desktop Superapp. One app to rule them all, basically. The whole idea is to tear down the walls between their current tools. So instead of you having to jump between ChatGPT for chat, Codex for code, and Atlas for browsing, this Superapp would put it all in one place, a single seamless workflow. Just imagine an AI agent that can browse the web for you, write the code you need, and then chat with you about it, all without ever leaving the app. And the leaks say Spud is the key. It'll supposedly handle text, code, and images right out of the box with way deeper reasoning skills. The real focus, though, seems to be on what they call agentic skills. That's the ability to take a big complex goal, like, say, plan my entire family vacation to Italy, and then just do it. Execute all the little steps on its own. That's the kind of power you'd need for a super app. So the pre-training is done, the rumors are swirling, and the hype is definitely building. It all leads to the one question that everybody really wants an answer to.
Yeah, when do we actually get to use this thing? Now, OpenAI is notoriously secretive about release dates, but believe it or not, we can get some pretty decent clues from online prediction markets. These are places where people bet real money on when something will happen.
And if you look at the data from a place like Manifold Markets, a pretty strong consensus starts to emerge. As of April 2026, the market is giving it a 65% chance of a release before the end of this year. And that probability shoots up to 85% by the middle of next year. So the smart money is betting we'll see this thing sooner rather than later. So when you step back and look at it, this is a massive gamble. By sacrificing their most famous creative tool, OpenAI is betting the entire farm on productivity, on economic impact. It is a company-defining bet that this new model, Spud, will be so incredibly useful that we'll all just forget Sora ever existed. The real question is, will that bet actually pay off and accelerate the economy for all of us? Or will it just end up fueling the high-stakes AI arms race between a few giant companies?